Hello, everyone. This podcast contains adult language, mature situations, unlucky boys with a chance to change their future, the Anywhere Door, comics from a simpler time, fun yet silly adventures, an amazing legacy, and Dorayaki-obsessed time-traveling robot cats with fourth dimension. Episode 270. Give me those Dorayaki now! Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and varying reviews about connected enhanced narratives. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? I hope you guys are doing great, and I am so excited because besides this being our 270th episode of the podcast, well, technically 500 if you count all the other podcasts, but besides that, it's a fun episode because I got to read something really fun, whimsical, silly, and bizarre. And I can't wait to share my feelings about this manga with you. But first, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken is a podcast that provides informative reviews about connected enhanced narratives. Every episode, I'll talk about one or two manga titles and tell you the pros and cons about it, how the art style is, the characters are, the plot is, and if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't have to read anything that I or my co-hosts say, but we try to be informative, impartial, and educational, and also entertaining. So you have a lot of fun and you learn stuff too. Now, with that out of the way, you can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. You can also email me personally at xan@spiraken, that's zan@spiraken.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, PSN Network, YouTube, Spotify, Player.fm, the Apple Music Store, and several other social media sites. And if you want, definitely follow us. Generally, just look for @Spiraken and guaranteed you're going to find us. We're also on Facebook as well, but that for some reason I'm having some problems with connecting with the site. It's not uploading when I upload on the Spiraken website. Anyway, I digress. But if you follow us, it'd be really appreciated. So with that in mind, let's get to what I'm reviewing today. Because if you remember from the last episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, I spun that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga, and it dictated on me reviewing a manga that was written by Fujiko F. Fujio and published by Shogakukan. It was brought over here by Fujiko Pro and Shogakukan for Singapore. But the cool thing is I actually found this manga in Kinokuniya in a very cool way. It's actually a book that's designed to teach children how to speak English by reading this manga. So it's half Japanese, half English, and I love it that it has all little Japanese characters, but it's in English, and it's done really well. There are 45 volumes, and this series started in 1969. It kept going until 1996, so it is a very prestigious history. It's had several anime series, lots of spin-offs, and more importantly than that, the main character of this series has been designated as Japan's ambassador to the world, especially for the Olympics and several other events. So he is known throughout the world as this major staple of Japan, and it's really cool. And the series I'm talking about is Doraemon! So if you've never heard of Doraemon, the awesome blue robot cat, this whole series is very simple. You have our main character, Nobito. He's this young 10-year-old boy who has a lot of problems. He's pretty unlucky. He suffers from really bad grades. He's constantly bullied by his neighborhood bully, who's kind of his friend also. This guy named Giant. Well, it's Takeshi, but everyone calls him Giant. And there's this other kid named Sueno who treats him like garbage. And he just wants to be successful and happy, and maybe one day he'll marry the girl that he likes, Shizuka. However, his luck is not looking too good for him. One day after a very particularly unlucky day, he's in his room sulking when suddenly, out of his desk drawer pops a blue cat who says, "Hi, Nobita! I just want to let you know you're going to have a bad day today. You're going to hang yourself, get burned, and you're going to get shot by needles." And he's like, What? Who are you? What are you talking about? Why'd you pop in there? "Oh, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be okay. I'm from the future." Nobita doesn't believe him. And the cat disappears. He thinks maybe it's a figment of his imagination. And he hears from outside that Giant and Shizuka and Sueno are all calling him out to play. So he ends up trying to go out through his window for whatever reason possible because he's waving. He ends up getting hung from the back of his shirt. The prophecy comes true. And then later on, he ends up burning himself by eating something really spicy, and then he gets stabbed by a needle that's on a little splinter. And he's like, "What's going on? What is this?" And a little boy who looks exactly like him popped out of his desk drawer. He says, "Oh, good, you're here. Did Doraemon tell you everything that's going on?" He's like, "What?" It's like, "No, I'm your great grandson, and we're all unlucky because life is unlucky, and we determined that you're the point where we're unlucky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my robot cat, Doraemon, to protect you and guide you." Doraemon shows up, and they explain what's going on. So Doraemon's job is he's going to live with Nobita and help him in different ways. And that's the first chapter, and then from there it just goes and runs. So we accept that Doraemon's from the future. Nobita's descendant also shows up, and they show him some of the gadgets they have. Because Doraemon has a pocket in his tummy, and he opens up, and it's a fourth-dimensional pocket that he can produce all types of cool gadgets that could help or hurt Nobita. The main one they have is this bamboo coptor, which is like a little hat that goes on your head that allows you to fly in the air. Unfortunately, when Nobita first tries it, it ends up on his butt, so his butt is flying. But there's lots of cool inventions. Like one is this bread it's memory bread. So what you do is you take this piece of bread and you put it in a book. It'll copy all the information from a book. You eat the bread and you'll remember everything. That way Nobita can eat that and he can pass his math class. The only problem is that he ends up showing off to his friends and eating lots and lots of bread, and he gets really full. So what's he going to do? He can't study if he's full of bread. He can't eat any more bread, so he throws up and forgets everything and fails his class. But maybe that'll work next time. You have another one which has the ability, it's a book that if you look at it and you touch one of the animals pop out of the book and come alive. So he can show people all these really cool books and all these animals that are really cool that are from long ago. But oh no, one of the other kids picked it up, and now they're going to release dinosaurs into this world. What's going to happen? Will Doraemon and Nobita save the day? Who knows? And then there's even ones which are just sillier, which are just, oh, I want to get a model kit, but I don't have enough money for a model kit. Well, we'll use your old model kits, put them in there, and this machine will make better model kits based on how you draw it. And then it gets just ridiculous and crazy. Pretty much, this is just very simple one-shot stories that I don't know if they have an overarching plot, but they are fun and whimsical and cute. They're just really weird and strange. Like I said, literally all they are is Nobita has a problem, and then they do something to fix the problem, and either it's going to go right or it's going to go wrong. And this is all because in the future, Nobita hopefully will get fixed and his life will be a lot better. And you have so many people who he has to deal with besides his two parents, his friends, and it's just a really fun series, I've got to say. It's very just... It's a kid's book. I'm not going to lie. It's a kid's book. But it's old-fashioned. It's silly. It's fun. It just puts a smile on your face reading this. And also, Doraemon is a very cool character because his heart is really in the right place. He tries to do his best, even though he messes up or he gets distracted by his favorite food in the world, Dorayaki. That's another thing. Also, if you like Dorayaki, I guarantee it, if you buy it in the United States, Doraemon is on the Dorayaki. They have all the Dorayaki that's packaged, and it's all Doraemon Dorayaki. I actually bought like 16 of them for Greta, and they're all Dorayaki that have Doraemon on it. And she just says, I don't want the stickers. You can keep the stickers. So I have a bunch of stickers of Doraemon, and she likes Dorayaki with Doraemon. She actually wanted to be in this review, but unfortunately she had to be busy today. But I've got to say, it is fun. I've been just saying it's fun. And that's the thing is, it is fun. It's drawn very It's very 60s and 70s. It has virtually no background. It's just the characters in the foreframe, unless there's like a specific issue, like it's in Nobita's bedroom, or if it's a frame from when Nobita was little, or they're outside. But there are scenes which are just the characters with a white background, and it fits this so well. It just works. Now, like I said, if you go to like a Kinokuni or you can order it, the one that I picked up is called the Shogakukan English Comics. Sorry, Shogakukan English Comics Doraemon Gadget Cat from the Future. And all it is they're English comics that they teach you how to read in English, or if you try to translate into Japanese. And it's a really well done set where in the back it has errata that explains how each works in English, and it actually translates into the Japanese, like saying, okay, here's how these words mean what they are based on and the context for it. Because there's some things in English that don't work too well, like take some quick. You try it first. I just teleported all my clothes off. I can get even with Giant. Be right. I cannot get rid of this cowardliness or this cold. And it gives you little lessons. It's kind of inventive. Also, the other thing I completely forgot is the Anywhere Door, which is mentioned in so many other anime and manga series. For those who don't know, the Anywhere Door is a door that Doraemon pulls out of his tummy. It's a big door that if you open it up, it can go anywhere. Anywhere in you want to go to. The past, the present, the future, alternate dimensions, alternate realities. It's that one teacher manga about the guy who's a lazy teacher who suffers from the don't wannas. He is obsessed with making a Doraemon Anywhere Door. So this is very prevalent and he's been talked about for years. And if you watch the old Toyota commercials where Jean Reno played Doraemon, he actually would pull out an Anywhere Door to see the future and past. So definitely should check it out. So you probably guess what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this is really, really, really fucking cool. If you do not read this now, your brain will freeze, your eyes will swell up, and your soul will be forfeit to the great Zomo Star. It gets our highest rating. And it's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. It was recently re-released on, I think it was Toon or Disney DX. But you can find it online in English, and the translation is really well done. They do change a couple of things, like Nobita is nicknamed Nobi. And that's really funny because his last name is Nobi, so it's like you're calling him by his last name. Also, they do have the final, one of the best stories online, which is the comeback Doraemon, where Doraemon has to go home. And it's really heartbreaking, but really happy at the same time, because it shows how much Nobita and Doraemon love each other and care about each other. Because Doraemon becomes a big fixture to his life. He's someone who is there for you, who takes care of you, who makes sure, even though you're alone, he's there as your best friend, and that's what Doraemon is. He's everyone's best friend. I hope I sold this to you, and I hope that you guys really do and check it out. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, email me, zanspiraken.com, or if you've heard of Doraemon, message me on Twitter at Spiraken. Let me know, direct message me, or comment about Doraemon on Twitter. Let me know. And I know I'm being really fanboyish talking about Doraemon so much, but it's like talking about Mickey Mouse. You can't not talk about all the good parts about it, all the legacy behind this character that was created and just made amazing. I mean, Fujiko F. Fujio was this person who created this insanely popular character that's now known as the ambassador to the world for Japan, and that's really impressive. So I should stop definitely geeking about this. And, well, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, email me, zanspiraken.com. And you can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. Or email me, zanspiraken.com, or Twitter me at Spiraken. Or if you want to do something really cool, follow me on Instagram. And if you see me, definitely tag me. So with that in mind, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. So it's time for that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Except so substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spin that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga. And whatever number it lands on, that's reviewing the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 271. Only 29 episodes away from episode 300. I know I keep doing this, but we're going to keep doing this until we reach episode 300. So either way, we're going to do this. So let's see what we're going to spin and see what we're going to win. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's spin it. Number 1. So, in the next episode, we're reviewing... Okay, this is a little different. We're reviewing a manga that is called Oh My Sweet Alien. I don't know if it's you saying an oh my god. I don't know if it's something else. Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Looks like it's going to be a comedy or a harem or something, but we're going to find out. So, guess that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys enjoy. And also, one last thing I have to tell you guys. If you have a chance, eat dorayaki. It is good for you and tastes wonderful. So, we are Gonzville. I'm your host, Zon, saying see you next time, and keep reading manga. Later.